Okay, within your Omnia mapping output, you've got some soil zones, and they're basically reflecting the level of clay that you've got in the zones in this field. So we're in one of the heavier zones at the moment. So we take a spade full of soil. We can see that this soil is it's nice soil, but it's quite tough at the moment to break down. It is got a bit of frost in it this morning. We're here on the 18th of January. We're about -2, and we've got a little bit of frost getting into this ground, which will help break it down going forward. But this is the heavier part of the field. Still quite a bit of work for the establishment process to do to put that into a nice seedbed condition. We've got black grass within the field as one of the key focuses of control. That's why we're growing spring barley in this field. You can see the black grass carcasses here from the last spray pass. We will show you within this video the extent of re-emergence in some areas of the field, so you've got an idea of what's going on. We've also got a trial in this field, blackgrass glyphosate trial going on in this field, some areas of which have yet to be sprayed at all, and we'll use that to show you the true extent of the blackgrass that we have in here and why this field is being cropped with spring barley, specifically with the focus on blackgrass control. So that's the heavier end of the field and the kind of seedbed conditions that we have at the moment. So now we'll move on and have a look at one of the lighter soil zones and give you an idea what's going on there. Okay, we've now moved across to one of the slightly lighter areas in the field. Now when I say lighter, we are picking up different soil zones within the field, but they are subtly different. We're not going from a clay-based soil to a sand soil. They're subtly different, slightly lighter, but it can make all the difference in terms of Omnia layers and the variable seed rate mapping that you hope to produce. So we're in the slightly lighter area, and what we have here, so it's subtly different, but you can see that this soil just breaks down that little bit easier than the previous soil I had in my hands. This will make a seedbed much quicker. Nice lots of worms in here again. This soil is being managed with a shallow tillage system, so only 2 to 3 inches deep. We're trying to manage the blackgrass out by making it grow throughout the autumn period. We can show you in the blackgrass, unsprayed blackgrass trial area, the success of doing that in terms of getting it to grow. And again, if you look around me, you can see the carcasses of blackgrass that have been taken out by the last application of glyphosate on this commercial part of the field. But hopefully you can also see that the soil zones are subtly different, but the seedbed in this area will break down just that little bit easier for the drill. So establishment percentage will be that little bit higher, and that's where the variable seed rate mapping comes into effect.
So still the same day, same timing as Dick's video, and we are set with the backdrop now of what soil types we're looking at. Clearly that gives us the decision making behind what types of establishment system we might be using or what type of plant populations we might be looking at, and that's a key element for you to interrogate and to think about. So we've got 2 differing soil levels, we've got different blackgrass levels potentially across the field, of which you'll have supplied on your Omnia maps what that looks like. And really we want to see what selections you might give for particular establishment methods, drilling selections, so which drill are you going to select for this situation, and what type of plant populations are you going to look to deliver and for what reasons that might be. Off the back of that, we're establishing a spring barley crop. So as this particular field, you will have historical yield data to look at, but the spring barley opportunity here could be anything up to 9 tonnes a hectare is an achievable yield for spring barley, so that also needs to be recognised with what you're selecting to choose as far as variety. So that's a bit of a background as to the early parts of the crop. Once you've chosen your drilling system and chosen your establishment system, you may also want to think about what we're going to be dealing with in the season as to post-drilling, rolling. Are you going to roll the crop? Are you going to drill it early? Are you going to drill it late? And will that have implications on what you're managing later? So if we look at some of the different levels of black grass, we can see a mechanism that during your establishment phase is going to interrelate between your drill timing, your drill selection, and how you're going to do that on this differing soil type in alternative areas. The backdrop to some of those decisions also interacts to your early management of the crop from pre-emergence herbicide sprays, and you may need to think about what products you can or can't use, which products may give you the best efficacy on these different balances of black grass in this situation. And with that in mind, we'd like to see which particular active ingredients will give you the best results, and how that might also interrelate with the plant population you're deciding to go with for your actual crop.